Occupy LA, we're back.
Basically, I love everybody, even though y'all keep fighting with each other. I don't understand it. Y'all brothers and sisters, and we're all supposed to be fighting the same people, which is the people that are bringing down this damn country. All right. Another point, I gotta, thank Occupy LA for my complete transformation. Because I used to weigh 471 pounds when I got here.
Damn.
And Occupy
Hi,
LA
Ruby.
totally changed
Hi,
my life.
Nancy.
I love every single one of y'all, no matter how much y'all argue with each other. I'll still go and fight with y'all anytime. Okay, guys? Thank you.
I love you too, Hal.
Who's that next suspect?
Ari. Oh, shit.
Alright, y'all, so here's the deal. I've been with Occupy LA for a year and a half. I wasn't at camp, okay? But Occupy LA, but when let me take it back to Occupy Wall Street. When I see reports of Occupy Wall Street on the news, I was telling a comrade yesterday, when I seen that, something in me woke up that was asleep for 6 years. When I came back to LA, I jumped right back into political activism. This has been my life for 12 years. I took a break. When I came into Occupy LA, I'm going to be honest, I didn't know what the hell this was about. I just seen a motley crew of people that had a passion about the issue. The only measuring stick that I have from Occupy LA is my involvement in CCA, my involvement in Fuerza Hernandez, in the war against these banks taking people's homes, and being arrested, being brutalized in Pasadena by the pig department there, being attacked last night at our 2nd anniversary celebration by the LAPD. That's my measuring stick. I don't know anything about City Hall. I've heard stories for a year and a half. And I want to know what the hell happened to Occupy LA. What the fuck are we doing? For a week now, I've been bringing the situation in the Sudan, where the police have shot down innocent men, women, and children at peaceful protests against austerity. They've cut off all forms of communication, the internet, the cell phone services. And the response that I've received at the least has been piss poor. Everybody's so quick to jump on Syria and Palestine, and I stand in solidarity with those people. People are rising up all over the world. What the fuck are we doing in the belly of the beast? We live in the belly of the beast, and all we do is fight amongst each other. When are we gonna wake the fuck up? I'm sorry for my language, but you know what? This is the only way I know how to express myself. I've been accused of being an abuser. I've been accused of being a drug addict. I've been accused of... I put my fucking neck on the line for a year and a half with y'all. Who the hell do you think you are to accuse me of anything without talking to me or knowing who I am? And people tell me that I'm abrasive and I'm violent when I talk like this, but let some patriarchal white man talk like this, and he's just expressing himself. And you can think what the hell you want about me, Annabella, but you know what? I still love you. I don't trust you either, pig.
One mic, and no personal attack. All right, Kathleen. Can we all get along?
We're all welcome to Annabella.
Can we all get along? Can we get along?
Yes, sir.
Mike, sir! It is sad that those words are a joke, and it is sad that motherfuckers don't know what one mic means.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I've got several things to say. I was here in the beginning with Occupy. I haven't been around a lot. During the last 2 years, I've been dealing with a lot of physical disabilities that have taken up my time, but my heart has always been with Ola. And one of my best memories is the night that I'm a teacher, that we decided to occupy LAUSD, and Ola joined with us. And I remember when the police were going to come and shut us down, and several of us made phone calls to y'all, and it was like this beautiful fucking wave of people coming over the hill to Boundary. It was amazing, and the solidarity that we all felt together was just incredible, and I hold that in my heart. I will always hold that in my heart. There were times, and there are times now, where people are infighting, and I don't get down here and I see it on Facebook, and I don't want to come down because it does turn me off, and I have so much negative energy that I'm dealing with, trying to heal myself with trauma that I've experienced, that sometimes it's hard. I'm glad I'm down here tonight, and I'm hearing what people say. I like the idea of talking about the issues. I think that we all have issues inside ourselves that take healing and time to shift. It doesn't happen overnight. One personal experience I had that I had to do a check on myself was an action that happened. It doesn't really even matter where the action was, but I felt a certain amount of violence that I responded to by stepping back. And I walked away from that event feeling I didn't like it, but at the same time, I had to check my own skin. I had to check how I experienced several individuals responding, because I'm not in their shoes, and I have something to learn as much from doing that check within myself as to attack or as to judge. So I think we can all do that. I think coming together is a way that we do grow, and I hate to see anyone thrown out because of that, because I think we learn from everyone and everything in our lives. So I just hope that we take time to organize and to also step back, do that check, and perhaps lower our voice, lower our presence, our ego, and take a moment and breathe and feel that unity that I felt when you guys all came over the hill in solidarity with us with Occupy LAUSD. And I love you all, whether I'm here physically or not. You are awesome. Thank you for being here. You are important. We are important. And we will make shit happen.
Thank you, Josephine. Hey, by the way, just if anybody has video of that night, can I see it? Because I didn't see it yet. That was fun. That was excellent. I had forgotten about that. Marco. Ariana's next.
So I came to Occupy day 6 2 years ago. It was like the second weekend of Occupy, and what Occupy did for me was it kind of taught me how to survive America. Like, that's literally why we're here. That's why we occupy. I mean, that's why, you know, like, shit is fucked up, and we were in an occupy. We were on grass, literally camping in tents. We were running on basic human needs, on food. There was free clothing. There was a medic tent. There were things that were provided that allowed us to be there for 2 months, but then also could have allowed us to stay longer, right? But, you know, and that's why we did the occupation at CCA. We were even though we had to pack up, but we had, people would bring food at night, and then breakfast in the morning. There was people who we all took care of each other, along with, taking people out that that aggressively abused a female at the camp, right? But there was so much more of that never got called out. And one of the things, Annabella, I'm not done talking. Okay, one of the things that I wish that I could go back and do over the last 2 years has really opened my eyes to. One day I was at Occupy Lane. I had just gotten there, and someone had told me it was like that they were from Skid Row. They came to get food, and they told me that after they had grabbed the food, they had a plate of food in their hand. Someone came in and grabbed it out of their hand. That was what I heard, and I wish that I could go back and actually go with that person and call out that person that had done that, and maybe giving them a little lesson on why you shouldn't have done that, and why. Okay, so there was also a group of people that I met, and it was called the Keeping It Real Party. It was the Keeping It Real Party, and a lot of people that I know to this day still stick to that. Maybe not others, but most people do, and I love and I respect all of those people, because I remember all of you that Keeping It Real Party. And what needs to happen here is we need to keep it real, guys, because we let people talk shit about people behind their back. We let people spread rumors, and we like to talk about it like, she said this, and that, but we never called that person out. That person never took the time to say, hey, you shouldn't say that about that person because they're not here right now. You have people that spread rumors about people who literally dedicate are at the front lines, on the streets, in tents, living like that, and you have people spreading rumors about them that they're drug addicts. Okay, that never gets called out, and this person gets to sit anywhere they want to. They go to every committee, they go to every group, and sit on the side and talk shit about everyone, and we say that's okay. We let that person do it. They have like a gang of people that stick up for this person, and it's like, why don't we call that person out? Especially when they criticize someone for buying food for the youth that are on these streets sleeping every night, okay? The people that go and this person will buy them food, and you have the nerve to criticize that person and say that wasn't right. That's it. Right, okay. So we have shit like that. I mean, we're like, look at how fucked up it is. We have to go through the state assembly to pass a law that allows us to sleep on the sidewalks. We don't want to have the right to sleep on the sidewalk. We want housing. We need housing. People on the streets need housing. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here. That's why and Occupy connected those dots to me. And I was there for the environment. I was there because the big oil spill had happened and nothing was being done about it. I had just came out of high school, and I was really starting to realize, like, oh shit, like if I don't go to school and get a job and get a degree, I won't have medical insurance. But then, hey, if I want to go to school, I'm going to be in debt for the rest of my life. And so if I go to school and get a degree, the best I can do is be a store manager at Target, okay? Because that's what they were doing at Target. They were firing people who did not have college degrees, who were already store managers or shift leaders, and firing them and hiring people who had degrees. So isn't that fun? Going to school for 4 years so that you can be a manager at Target, and like, and Downey, like we had a Tesla factory that was going to come into our community. It was going to come in. I actually would have liked to have the opportunity to work at a Tesla factory and like do that, right? Because I don't, I didn't do that. But you know what happened? There's now going to be a shopping mall there. So isn't that great? Like I could have had the opportunity to work at a Tesla factory, but now I have to apply to be a cashier at TJ Maxx. Isn't that great, right? So like, there are no jobs. School is, so like it brings us here, and it brings us to occupy the streets, because the way that I feel now, I could be on the streets when I'm 30 or 40 years old. I mean, that's, I want to resist. I want to survive America without having to deal with America. And I know that being out here on the streets every day, all night is not, but it at least shows these motherfuckers what they're doing. And with that, like over the past week, we could have filled these streets up with people, and I would love to still see that. I would love to still see, like, filling all these blocks up with tents, children, making it a safe space, and actually bringing it out and saying, hey man, this is what you are creating, and if you don't like it, we're gonna be here. And we don't, And also I will say that we do have to pack up at 6 a.m. But I think the point of being there is to be there in the morning and at lunch and catch those motherfuckers when they're out at lunch and stuff. We can't just pack up at 6 in the morning and come have a cuddle puddle. That's my only concern. Is like, you know, we can't have a cuddle puddle. We have to be there. That's the point of staying the night there. So we catch them coming into work and they see us. You know, but with that we have to create a safe space for our children. That was another kid space. It was, you know, kid space. You know, drinking and stuff. Like, you know, there has to be community agreements and all that good stuff. But it's really good to see a lot of people out here. And
Yeah.
Thank you, Artie.
Thank you. How many more people do we have on set? All right, cool. Now, brothers and sisters, I'm not going to run it back for you. What issues did you pull out of what you just heard? What can we do to actually discuss since we're all sitting here? And we can't hide behind a computer screen or a telephone or random gossip or side conversations, since we all have to talk to each other right now. Let's talk. So, who wants to get on stack? Let's discuss some of these issues. Well, what did we hear raised as issues? Anybody remember?
Gossip.
Social media. Who wants to get on stack?
Social media.
Social media. Attacks.
Gossip. Gossip is the worst.
Okay, call them out. All right, so now let's discuss a little bit. Who would like to get on stack to discuss some of these issues beyond raising them? Now remember, we're trying to do this as adults. We are pissed at each other, mostly for bullshit. So if we're going to talk about this and act like fucking grown-ups, let's talk about this. So please, get on stack. Come on up. Who wants to discuss what?
All right, Leo first.
Okay.
I'd really like to discuss it, but I've been trying to research it and pull numbers down, you know, so I can connect the dots. And I like numbers, so I connect the dots through numbers. So you give me facts, figures, you give me some numbers, and I can tell you something ain't right. Just because of the numbers don't add up. So I've started so far with the population. I started with the U.S. population, the white population. So the black population, we all know, makes up like 16%. But 22% of the black population is below poverty level. And also the 22%, also the Hispanics are below poverty level. 22% of their population. So I like to start with numbers to connect the dots. And I can tell nobody's interested really in numbers, but I'm truly fascinated because I got a little bit stuck. You got to add up all the numbers, and then you come out with some of your questions answered. And that's called research. And that's what a lot of us should do. And we keep ourselves busy and we stay out of a whole hell of a lot of trouble if we go start putting down our research and connecting the dots with each other. That's on the real side. But I think we all know what the population is made up of. I'm trying to connect the dots with militarism and poverty. What percentage of the population is below poverty level? You know, and connecting the dots with militarism, and with that many people poor, why are you just signing up for the military? And we have a voluntary military, and when they come back, they have no support system. You know, I'm down with the vets, most definitely down with the vets. They come back home, but they bring them back missing in action. That means they bring us a body back. They don't bring us the human being that left. I study war, militarism, the psychology of war. 1% of that population, well, when they have a mandatory war, and it's a general population, 1% of that population that goes to war are crazy anyway. That's right, they're crazy. They stoned out of their mind, you know? And that's who we put over there in the Foxy Mall. That's who crawled through there. That's who come up on the front line. Those are our men. And they come up. And women now.
most definitely, and women. So I just like connecting the numbers, and I looked at, who's working full-time year-round, because that made me cry once, the first time I looked up those figures, and they're about to make me cry again, because the percentage of population to the percentage of people working full-time year-round. There's 99. I gotta be sure. I think it might be 99. I gotta figure the numbers out. But it's something like 99,000 or 9,900,000. 9,900,000 to the percentage of population. Once I figure that out, there ain't very many of us working. None of us are working full time year round. So, when you come up on somebody not working full time year round and pulling in a living wage, it takes $15 an hour to live in Los Angeles at poverty level. That is poverty level. That is poverty level. And those are the people that are going into the militaries now.
People keep looking across the street.
And they'll give them a bonus up
People keep looking across the street.
And the reason you see so many black people down here in Skid Row, because a larger percentage of our population is in poverty. And now with 1% of the population taking 95% of the wealth for the last 8 years. For the last 8 years, they've been taking 95% of the profit, 95% of the wealth, leaving 5% for the 99% to fight over. And we're starving, we're behaving like rats in a cage. That is exactly what is happening to us. Because we're hungry, we need a human necessities. There's basic necessities that are drive to the human being. It takes something to live. That's why I'm trying to connect the dots so we can get to one demand. That's a little bit of work I did. I'm going back to the numbers.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo. Steve is next. It's 48.3% of this nation that lives in poverty. That is over 150 million people. And by poverty, we're talking not making enough money to meet your basic human needs to survive.
I talked a little bit about what's happening in our backyard. We're not getting a snowpack, and it's due to global warming, and global warming is because of fossil fuels burning. I want to talk about what's going on in our house. That's our backyard. What's in our house is the poverty in the streets. What's in our house? This is where we live. This is our house. We live down here. We come down here. We socialize down here. There's poverty here. And there's no jobs here for us. We can't even make our own shit down here. We can't do anything down here. We're oppressed down here. I care a lot about what happens in other places in the world. I really do. But there's a boot on my face here. There's a boot on all our faces here. And we gotta stick up for that boot on our face, and we gotta do something about the boot on our face. And we're all down here for that. We all came down for that reason, because there's a boot on our face. Just trampling over us and walking all over us. They're taking our jobs, they're not giving us what we need. They're eating our lunch. This belongs to us. And if we stick together, we stay on message. What will our message be? Well, our message will put pressure on our government, our city, to stop taking money from businesses. And once you stop taking money from businesses, we can stop them. We can stop the connection between the military and this country. Where military is a business, and we have to stop that business, because their business is to make war, and not to really focus on how they're doing it or why they're doing it. But their business is to make war, and they will make war whenever they have a chance to make war, for whatever reason they want. Because they're in bed together. You have to stop the money that's going from the business sector into the government and buying the laws and the crony capitalism. The crony capitalism has to stop. And, you know, it's not a labor democracy. This is an economic democracy. You buy your democracy, and you know what? 99% of the people can't afford it.
Thank you, my brother. Cool. Who else we got on stage? We got anybody else want to get on stage? Because otherwise we could call this discussion. I mean, really, what the sister, come on up.
Can I respond from here? It's hard for me to stand.
All right. Okay, seeking special treatment, girl. It's the revolution. No, go ahead.
My legs don't hold me up so well. But I would like to continue that conversation with the militarism, because we as a nation are all tied into it for jobs. And so if we look at it in a way that we try to figure out how we can convert those jobs from militarism to more to putting that technology into positive things, like bettering the transportation, the food sources, the health care, the things that people need. So the people, for instance, when we were down protesting the drones, down in El Segundo, those people that are all there inside those jobs, we got to connect with them, and we've got to help figure out what are the possibilities. Another thing that I just talking about numbers, with militarism and bringing up women, 1 in 3 women in the military are assaulted. So, you know, we're a traumatized society. The people returning from doing that militarism that are the lackeys, for lack of a better word, they come back fucked up. And they're medicated on all of these psychotropic drugs that just make it even worse. That's it.
Thank you, sister. So, does anybody think that militarism is a good thing?
No.
Does anybody think that the environment being fucked up is a good thing?
No.
Does anybody think that people living on the streets and not being able to eat is a good thing?
Nope.
So, I think we have more in common than we have separate, correct?
Yeah.
So, is it possible? Can we get an agreement right now? Not a bullshit agreement, not like a real agreement to shut the fuck up about stupid shit, to not argue, to feel that all of us, as we've known each other 2 years and we know each other's bullshit, but we're still here. We obviously still have love for each other. Can we get a community agreement to give each other the benefit of the doubt?
Respect the mic.
I haven't.
Yeah, Sergi's next.
Oh, my fault, brother. But hold on, let Ari give
So
us
on that agreement, okay, so it's more than just shutting the fuck up about stupid shit, because if we want to grow and if we want to move forward, there needs to be those conversations with people, and there needs to be that whether it's, you know, whether you need to be mediated through it, and I'm sure, you know, there are people willing, neutral people, you know, whatever it is, like, people actually do need to be held accountable for some stuff. I mean, this isn't going to be a safe space if we just let, you know, people get away with saying stupid shit and causing, you know, making other people feel unsafe, or, you know, harassing other people, or just even their views in general. Like, why do you occupy if you feel that way? You know, what is that? So yes, there needs to, you know, an agreement to move forward, but also we need to have, are we ready and are we willing to, which we can do at next GA, if we can come to an agreement on that, is to really start to talk to people, like, I mean, and address those concerns with individual people, and you know, I don't know, or you guys would do that on your own, but that needs to happen before we go forward at all. Like, people do need to be spoken to, and the problem is that when we do approach people to talk to them, there's like this hostility, and it's so upsetting. Like, how do we even, there's like, you get attacked, even to just have that conversation with someone, but that person doesn't want to have a conversation with you, yet they still keep talking their shit, and they still keep, spreading misinformation and basically ruining your reputation. So it's like, but I want to talk to you, but you don't want to talk to me, yet you keep, so how do we mediate that? How do we bring, people need to explain themselves for some of the shit that they have done, you know? And I think everyone in here is subject to something like that, right? I mean, I know I would be, just in general, but it's not, but we can't do it like attacking each other. So there's gotta be, I think that we've been here for 2 years, and I think we kind of understand how we should be talking to each other and not attacking each other, and really using the words and finding a way to really talk to someone. I had struggles with that too, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better. There are people that I've had to like talk to aside and say, hey, you are disrupting GA, but it's in a way that they don't think I attacked them, so everything's fine. But then if someone else does it, it's like they're attacking me, fuck you, don't tell me to shut up. So there's got to be a way to talk to people, and we have to also work on that too, and work and grow. And I think that would be a good step, is learning how to talk to each other so that we can listen.
Yeah.
Sergi.
Thank you. And Sergi gonna come and give us something. And then David, he's coming on.
Leo and then Damon.
Okay.
Wait up.
Wait, there's a stack. Kevin, there's a stack.
Oh wait, hold on. Sergi's first, and then Leo, and then are you going, David?
I just want to say one.
Okay, then you go right after Leo.
Oh yeah.
And then if nobody else wants to get on stage, well, fuck it. Let's roll the
Not just
first
Kevin
segment.
Patton.
Just Kevin Patton.
All right.
Not Kevin.
Okay.
So I've been with Occupy since the third week of October, this third Sunday, and I guess for me Occupy was changing. It helped me inside. It was a transformation. I came from a place where I just used to work and pay my bills and work and pay my bills, and being in Occupy made me feel alive. And I really connected with activism and with people, and that yearning of wanting to do something or changing the world. And I started helping people. And helping people, it was actually helping myself. And I helped by being in the food committee, peacekeeping, and anything else that I could help around. We tried to get an encampment. And so now, move along, I see that Occupy has changed because we don't have the encampment, and now we depend a lot in social media, because the social media is an extension of what Occupy is. It is the voice, it's a reflection. And so we have a problem with social media because we have become distant from each other. And so we do not relate that much anymore because we don't see each other face to face. How come there are issues over here, announcements? How come those announcements are not being relayed in social media? She has a real good issue. How come we in social media are not doing that? What are we doing to serve the people, the flesh and bone people? Because if I say real people, then I'm gonna get asked what is real people. So flesh and bone people, the one that has to see each other face to face, just like Leo said, is you have to see each other face to face, because when you are on the internet, when we're on the internet, we only use a part of our brain, and that is the speech portion. And we're not using other parts. We're not seeing body language. We're not feeling what you're feeling. And if we want to be empathic with each other, it's most likely you want to have some empathy if we see each other. And so I asked a question to social media and also in the Los Angeles group. I asked, has social media has become, the Facebook place has become more of a corporate place where regurgitating news, what is more like a Walmart, or is it doing something for people, something like that? I should have brought it with me. And where it's allowing, giving people a voice, or is pushing people into secret groups, or groups that sound that they are frustrated with OLA, and so I never got an answer, straight answer. But I don't see much that social media is doing for us. But in the meantime, there is a lot of fighting in there. I see people that go in there poll, and then when they come back, they lose something in their faces. I can tell they have lost something, and so that is wrong. It is wrong. We need to fix that, and that's why that issue what he has, it needs to be addressed. It needs to be restructured completely. It needs to be rehumanized.
Let us speak. Everybody has spoke. How come you doing this to him? Everybody has taken the chance.
We have a
to speak
2-minute
up.
limit. That's what
No, people were speaking more than 2 minutes. So you double standards. That's
Hey,
what
can we process this whole shit? Because everybody's out of process right now. Who's on stack? That's the only one in process. So you had a good point, though.
Yes,
Can we actually
there was no reason to do this
Well,
because they didn't do it.
this is to hurry it along.
Annabella, let them facilitate.
Yeah.
You can facilitate next week, okay?
So,
I'm telling the truth.
Leo's giving me her time.
Alex is next.
Skipping you here.
wait, hold on. Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Wait,
Over
really?
there.
Process
That's
on.
what you're doing.
No! One fucking mic! What the fuck is wrong with y'all? One mic! Are we going back to City Hall where a motherfucker got a nut up? So let's give you 5 minutes to nut the fuck up. Okay, now we're done. Alright? We have a process. Let's bring it back. We're having a discussion. Discussion is not an argument.
Discussion. I like it.
So, I understand that what this could turn into. Now, we could talk about social media.
Forget it.
What's the time limit? What's the time limit? That's all I
It's
wanna
usually
know.
about 2 minutes. It's not even a big time
Okay.
limit.
2 minutes.
Alex is next.
Now each person
thought
will
Leo was
be
next.
held to 2
But who
minutes.
told Leo she was next?
Each person will be held to 2 minutes. That's the ground rule.
Cool.
So that's a point of process. So if you hear anybody going over 2 minutes, you can do a point of process.
But question.
And that puts it back into process.
Good shit. Question is, now we have this discussion. Do we have to have the social media discussion right now and then, or I know you won't, but it's coming around.
We can begin.
Or can we actually come back next week and discuss perhaps even restructuring our committees? Let's get this shit together and put in the social media thing. Is that possible? Well, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't even see you holding it up. I didn't know what you was holding it up for. There's so much shit going on.
Oh wow. People who are like, if you're not on staff, if you're not in the facilitation team, run back from people like keep it open.
That's a good point. Like if you're on stack, could you like hang over here or over here? So the person that's speaking is front and center. But
We're don't move.
it's to be honest, it's cool. I don't feel rushed. I don't feel swarmed. But I agree with the process.
So you reject that she feels it?
But I mean, do you feel swarmed? Because I feel
Yeah,
You need to sit down.
So when people stand up,
Can we sit in a circle?
Yeah, circle.
That's going to be a good idea.
Circle is egalitarian.
No, just there's.
either way. But
They're on stack, yeah.
so, all right, Marcos, who do we have
No,
on
these guys are
stack?
on stack. Right here.
Okay, everybody's on stack here. Cool.
That's everybody.
You know, I mean, if you do need to get closer to here, I don't personally have a problem with it. So, I mean, you have to ask whoever comes in next time if they have a problem with it. Me personally, I'm cool.
Tomatoes up here. We can throw tomatoes at people.
But if you're not next, like take a seat, and if you are next, you can come and stand up here. So there should only be one person up here with Marcos and Patty.
Okay.
That's why I'm right.
We're throwing tomatoes.
Oh, hell
Oh, you
yeah.
can-
Oh, motherfucker, you threw tomato at me!
All days, if you didn't like you, throw it away.
Hey, throw another one of them shits. There's a condition. Come up here.
I just stepped on one.
Hey, check! Brother Alex, is that back on stack?
Time out, just for clarity. There's no throwing the food. We're not throwing the food and tomatoes that were grown and given to us. We're not throwing that, okay? Just as a general rule. Sorry, I need to.
I apologize for encouraging you.
Oh my God! I thank God for the female.
I admit that I threw a
We
tomato.
have some female energy here tonight, and that you guys have not chased off Every last one of these females.
Get out and speak now.
What about Alex?
Yeah, let Alex go.
What about Alex?
Brother Alex, please.
All right, so I think we were at some point we were talking about how to like gather energy and organize and stuff like that. Well, like I'm not exactly a Marxist, but I am like a dialecticist, and part of dialectics is that like history guides us. History pushes us along. Right now, nothing's pushing us along. That's why we're all bullshitting here, just fucking around. But like, you know, it's really important that like we are here. We're all here, and we're talking to each other. And the way I've seen other countries' movements work, when it's fall, they hook up with the students. You know, when a bunch of like welfare mothers might lose their welfare because the government shuts down, they mobilize the mothers. They mobilize children who are going to lose their fucking food stamps and starve. So like, let's get real about this. Let's get structural about it, and let's think about who's actually like vulnerable in society, and let's link up with those people, and let's stop being insular, because we've got this like pointless Occupy Los Angeles group where we talk to each other, but we don't really organize. We don't really organize ourselves. We don't really organize anyone else. We certainly don't organize anyone else. So like, let's drop that shit. Let's just drop that shit, because it's just not important. The whole group on Facebook is just not important, because it's not hooking up with anyone. No one sees it. No one's, you know, and we're not, we're all kind of forgetting what people are like. Does anyone ever feel like that? Like they just forgot what normal people are like? Because I mean, I know I felt that. I think everyone here shares that. But I think that's because we've been turned into kind of a cult, you know? Like we're all like yelling chants and stuff, but we're not connecting with each other, and we're not connecting with other people. So I just want to say, like, what month is it? It's October, right? Like students are studenting, you know, like government is like, it should be in session and it's not right now. People are like suffering in the streets right now. Shit is serious. Shit is very serious. I know many people are getting evicted right now. So like, how do we help ourselves? How do we help other people? And how do we like, and also how do we take that upon ourselves and not just hook up with any random organization that says, hey, this is what we do. You know, like, and oh, and we also have like a hierarchy, and oh, we also never do consensus. Like, screw that, you know? Yeah, exactly. Screw that. Like, I don't need to join an organization. We can do this ourselves. We did it ourselves. So let's keep doing it.
Good shit. Who's next on stack? Leo.
Man. Okay, first there's got to be ground rules, because you're having to think of it and think you're going to connect and you're going to hook up. You're not. You got to have ground rules. First off, you lay down your ground rules. What are your ground rules? It's a safe space. OLA is a safe space. Always has been, always will be, forevermore. It's a safe space for anybody who wants to be here. A cop gets kicked out formally. Almost definitely crazies get kicked out formally. But it's a safe space. You said you're non-violent. Go ahead and live the part that you say you are. That's the way the shit gets done. Just be it. Do it. Wherever you stand, wherever you sit, whatever you can do. Make a difference. Do something. Do anything, but you must do something. Whatever you can do, but make sure you start with ground rules and being nonviolent. If you say you're nonviolent, be nonviolent. Sexism is nonviolent. Sexism is violent. Betrayal is violent. If you're betraying each other, you're being violent. And if he's a police officer, he's betraying you. Start off being nonviolent. Start with basic ground rules. There's basic human needs and basic ways to connect. Ants do it. People can do it. I love watching ants. Watch ants sometimes. And they have some basic ground rules. And they move in a direction and they get shit done. They are truly amazing. They get shit done. Little bitty ants cross continents. So, we got to start with ground rules. One of them, if don't be nonviolent, be nonviolent. What else? Well, shit. What are basic human ground rules where you start to exist as a human being? What do? You respect each other. You respect each other's grounds. You respect each other's things. And just figure out if you're going to follow capitalists, just let me know. Forewarn me. If you're capitalist, let me know. I totally understand how you operate. That's the 1%. That's why we have to connect the dots. And because I'm black, I truly recognize capitalism because capitalism is also racist. It's very racist. We're the bone and blood marrow that feeds the machines. And these machines are manned by human beings. But it's a machine. The machine is almost taking on a total life of its own. So we've got to really connect up and start really connecting the dots. And I'm sorry I've been doing numbers. But start with, this is a safe space. OLA is a safe space for everybody that's here unless you're police. And then we bring that out formally. You front, out, ain't no babies here. Whether they're male, female, no confused babies. No, we have enough confusion going on as it is. We don't need no real confusion, and they only in here to fuck it up. So let's be real about it. You know, that's just it. I mean, if you want to do something, I mean, you can still play and party and not get shit done.
You guys are going to archive? I'll be back. 30 seconds.